You're listening to the Mouse Ears and Wishes podcast. This is episode number 46 for the week of November 16th. I'm Stefan.
And I'm Jen.
And we're your hosts on this Disney podcast.
Hello, welcome back, everybody.
Hello, folks.
Another week. We are rapidly approaching the end of the year. I can't believe it's mid-November already.
Absolutely crazy.
It is crazy.
Everybody's talking about Christmas, though.
Yeah. I was going to say, Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and yet we still have our Halloween decorations out. So, enjoy that. We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. I know, we were supposed to do it this weekend, and things get away from you, so...
Yeah.
It's fine.
I did say in our last episode that they would probably still be here, so...
You did, yeah.
I set up the expectations appropriately.
It holds true. So they'll probably still be here next time, too. And then when they're not, it'll be surprising.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Some exciting Disney Plus updates from us. We finally finished Fantasia. This has been a long-running joke for like 2 or 3 months about how we haven't finished Fantasia. And we finally sat down to finish it, and I fell asleep 5 minutes before the end. And then we actually finished it. So
it took a very long time to get through it.
It did take a very long time.
Yeah.
But we saw my favorite scene, which is the
Like
Mount
baby.
Olympus segment. So that was exciting.
Sorry, baby Pegasus is what I was going to say.
Yeah. What did you say?
I said baby. The baby scene. Well, they're like cherubs. There's the baby Pegasus.
There are I forgot like the cupids and the little unicorns, but also the baby Pegasuses. Pegasi.
The centaurs.
Centaurs.
Yeah.
Bacchus.
Bacchus, yes. God of wine.
And I'm Bacchus's friend. Yeah, it was really great
good.
as I remembered it.
Didn't realize the last song was Ave Maria.
I have no recollection. I think because I always just turned it off when we got to the scary mountain devil demon part, that I never knew that was the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So.
Well, how did you feel about the mountain part?
It was fine. I fell asleep, so clearly.
Unfazed.
Clearly, I was unfazed by it.
You're like, oh yeah, that guy. Okay.
I mean, like, there were parts where I was like, oh, like, and not that I was like scared of it, but more like creeped out or grossed out by some of the things I was seeing. I was like, this is weird.
Oh, like the little demons dancing in the hand part where they turn into like fire ladies or something, and it's
like, this is
real weird.
Very weird. But it wasn't necessarily scary for me at that point. But yeah. So yeah, we finished it. It was great.
It was good.
And I forgot about the ballerina part. And I actually, listened to the commentary that came before. So I realized that each of the separate sets of dancers were supposed to represent like the morning, the afternoon, and the evening, which I didn't know. And then it made sense. It all made sense.
Yeah.
So.
That whole part with like the alligators picking up the hippos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also finally finished High School Musical, the series this weekend.
Season 1. That's all that's out.
That's all that there is. But I think they're confirmed for a season 2, and it was cute.
It was really good.
When we actually like forced ourselves to sit and watch it, like, episodes back to back. It was really good.
It was super good. It's not that it's like, right, we keep saying it's a good show, but it's not like we didn't watch it because we didn't like it.
Right.
It just time never came up to do it again.
It just slipped away from us.
Yeah, but again, the actors and actresses, all wonderful. The singing was fantastic, and there were more. I mean, I don't know if it was in the last episode specifically, but there were more nostalgic moments again. Bringing back, to the original High School Musical movie, and it's just a feel-good movie.
It was cute. Show. And then, but speaking of movies, we watched Zombies 2.
Again, a long time coming.
Yeah. I don't know when it came out on Disney Plus, but they released it on Disney Channel in February. So, yeah, it was great. It was very, very good. The songs were fun. The choreography was fun. I didn't really necessarily love the storyline, and I was left confused with like a lot of unanswered questions at the end.
Yeah, it moves really fast.
It does move very fast. And like, if they didn't blatantly say out loud like what the theme of the movie was supposed to be, which was like be yourself, you know, and embrace who you are, I wouldn't have gotten it. When she was like, "Oh, Zed, like you need to be yourself," I was like, "Oh, he wasn't the whole movie?"
Yeah, it kind of feels like the plot was like jumping back and forth between different things they were trying out, and like some of the different characters, like Zed's close friend was like trying to be like, "Oh, we need to be all, you know, angry now because we're zombies and that's who we are." And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm proud of who I am. I'm a zombie, but you know, and we're very proud that we are who we are." And yet another group of people is introduced, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, I'm not. You don't want to stick with the people who are proud of who they are." And it was like,
it was
very
just
confusing. But yeah, the music, the dancing, of course, was very catchy.
right,
Good,
which is what makes those Disney
of course
movies anyway. So
and there might be a setup for a third movie.
yeah, I think it's hard to know.
Yeah.
It's hard to know. I think that's it. I don't have any Disney updates.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing's changed. Yeah.
All right.
I know. It's like I wish we could say like, and surprise, we went to Disney. No, we didn't. But
No. Yeah, things are not going well
over there.
anywhere right now. So
Yeah.
no, it
As
doesn't
you
make
know.
any sense, as you're aware.
Yeah.
So
And we have a storm that might be happening tonight. No.
yeah, we had like a brief. They called it a thunderstorm, but it was without thunder or lightning. It was just considered a thunderstorm because of the wind.
Yeah.
And so we had that like an hour ago, and the lights were flickering. We're like, are we gonna be able to do this?
I know.
But here we are.
Yeah, we're okay, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll move on to the news.
Yes, to the news.
To the news. All right. So we only have 2 news items this week, and they're really not. Well, the first one's kind of important, but the second one's more for fun.
Mm-hmm.
There just really isn't a lot to say right now.
Yeah, definitely an odd time
Yeah.
to be thinking about Disney.
Yeah. So we'll just have these 2 brief news stories, and then we'll move on to our discussion for today. So our first article comes to us from the Orlando Sentinel, and it is titled, "Disney's Theme Park Division Loses $2.4 billion, but a busy Thanksgiving in Orlando could help rebound." So
Yikes.
let's see if they're right. The coronavirus cost Disney's theme park division $2.4 billion as Disneyland remains closed, cruise ships are docked, and Disney World is open at limited capacity, the company disclosed Thursday in its quarterly earnings report. But looking ahead, executives expect the next few months to be busy in Orlando, since about 77% of the park reservations are booked for the next quarter, including an almost completely full Thanksgiving holiday.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. Disney CEO Bob Chapek said the reopening is going well enough for Disney World to raise occupancy from 25% to 35%, adding he believes it is still possible to maintain 6 feet of social distancing among visitors with a higher number of people allowed inside.
What number that is, we have no idea.
Yikes. Well, guess we'll see about that. For the company, it's a hopeful sign as Disney theme parks try to rebound from the global pandemic. "We're very pleased by how we have become adept at operating under these constraints," Chapek said during Thursday's earnings call. He said Disney has a proven track record of running theme parks with new strict safety rules several months into the pandemic reopening. The fourth quarter revenue for the parks division, which includes cruise ships, resorts, and merchandise, reached nearly $2.6 billion, almost triple from 3 months earlier when the attractions were closed because of the pandemic. However, looking back on a busy 2019 Labor Day holiday and summer season, the division generated nearly $6.7 billion in revenue. Whoa. Disney World, as well as the open parks in Shanghai and Hong Kong, each generated enough revenue for the quarter to cover their costs, Disney's chief financial officer, Christine McCarthy, said. Many challenges remain ahead in the theme park division, and the overall company, as concerns over the pandemic remain, and many areas in the country report a surge in cases. The company doesn't have an opening date for California's Disneyland and doesn't expect to open the park in 2020. Chapek said he was extremely disappointed California's government hadn't loosened restrictions for Disneyland. And Disney Cruise Line is another part of the company slammed by the pandemic. For cruises to sail again, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has some really high hurdles, Chapek said. The best news out of all that is that we now do see some light at the end of the tunnel, Chapek said. Believing there will be a pent-up demand for cruises, Chapek said the newest ship, Disney Wish, will launch in summer 2022, with others following behind in 2024 and 2025. We hope and expect that the world will be back to normal by then, Chapek said. Ugh, way to jinx it.
Yeah, good job, buddy. I like how he skipped 2023 just in case it's not.
Yeah, you know. Let's just be careful. On Thursday's earnings call, Chapek pointed to Disney's bright spot, the new streaming service Disney Plus, that has more than 73 million subscribers, exceeding the company's expectations. Last month, the company announced a restructuring to prioritize streaming. Oh, really? Overall, the company's revenue dipped 23% to $14.7 billion in the quarter. Reuters reported the results beat Wall Street's average estimate of about $14.2 billion, and Disney stock rose in after-hours trading. Disney also announced Thursday it will not pay a stock dividend for the second half of fiscal 2020 because of the pandemic's effects and the company's investment into Disney+. Chapek and other executives didn't discuss the theme park's mass layoffs that have hampered Central Florida. In late September, Disney announced it was laying off 28,000 employees across the theme park division and didn't offer further details on who was affected. In the following days, as Disney negotiated with its unions and filed statewide notices for the mass layoffs, it was revealed that about 18,000 of those 28,000 employees losing their jobs were from Central Florida. The struggles Disney is facing are not unique. Revenue at the Comcast-owned Universal theme park fell 81% to $311 million for the quarter, the company disclosed late last month. So, yikes. So things are a little rough, but they assume that things are going to get better. And I never thought that looking at the park reservation data would say, like, how busy that time of the year was going to be.
Yeah. I didn't realize how stark a difference there was between their earnings for the quarters, where Disney dropped to $14.7 billion and Universal only had $311 million. That's crazy. Yeah.
So they dipped 23%, but Universal dipped 81%.
Have they let people go from Universal?
I feel like they have, yeah.
I feel like I haven't heard anything about it.
We haven't heard about the huge, massive layoffs. I didn't realize that so many of the layoffs came from Disney World and not Disneyland, which is interesting.
Right. Still holding out hope.
I guess. I don't know. But you may have noticed, or maybe you didn't, but in our description notes below, I'm still linking the cast member pantry, and I have for the last several weeks. So feel free to donate to that. Cast member pantry is also offering relief for those in California as well as in Florida. So if you're feeling, particularly generous during this holiday season, why not donate to the cast member pantry? So you can find all that information in the description below.
I like that. It is the holiday season. Thanksgiving through Christmas is all holiday season of giving.
Indeed.
I'm curious about what they are going to be doing with restructuring to prioritize streaming. So I wonder if that means adding more movies. I don't know.
Well, I think they meant restructuring within the company.
Okay.
So where are they taking people away from in order to boost Disney Plus? That's what I'm a little worried about.
Okay.
Hope we're not getting rid of our Imagineers just because Disney Plus is the only way we're making money now.
Who was it who, when we were watching the Imagineer story all that time ago, and they said, like, somebody came in and just saved the Imagineering division?
Yeah, I can't remember.
That?
It was a while
was
ago.
Was that Bob Iger? Can't remember.
We didn't get to Bob Iger, so I don't know.
Okay, so it wasn't him then.
Maybe Michael Eisner?
Michael Eisner, that's who it was.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope that happens again. He just comes out. He's like, hey.
Yeah.
No, these guys
out of
need
the
to
woodwork.
stay. Oh yeah. They said 73 million subscribers exceeding their expectations. Where I feel like if I were in Disney, I'd be like, wouldn't everybody want it? So like less than the whole world would
Yeah.
be like not reaching my expectations.
Well, I think they were surprised that people purchased Disney Plus for The Mandalorian and then got rid of it after they were finished watching it. So maybe they're surprised that 73 million subscribers have stayed all this time,
Oh, okay.
considering like the original content and whatnot.
Right. Right. Has more than 73 million. So, okay. I don't really understand the concept of subscribing to something to watch a show and then leaving. I don't know. Like we have watched countless shows on like Hulu and all the rest, Netflix and all that, because we just expect more shows to show up that we'd want to watch. I don't know.
But maybe that's just to say that people weren't impressed with the original offerings on Disney Plus. But I think they're making an effort to have more and more original content that appeals to more people.
Well,
So,
good. Great.
yeah, so maybe that's part of it too. I don't know.
Cool.
All right. Well,
Okay.
you're up next.
Europe.
You get to read the fun one.
I know. It's super fun because it even has a bunch of people jumping in their jammies. Yeah.
They're not in their jammies.
She's in
like
jammies.
That's
right?
like workout gear.
I mean, a couple of them, but that's jammies.
Those
right
are
here.
Leggings.
This is.
No.
I'm ready.
Okay.
So, this article comes to us from Disney Parks blog, so
Of course.
get very excited. The title is Disney Channel adds magical holiday special from Walt Disney World Resort with Disney Holiday Magic Quest. That's interesting.
Isn't it?
I like how you pick these articles. They're all new to me, so like I'm actually legitimately
Oh.
curious about this. Okay. So Disney Channel is celebrating the holidays for kids and families in some special ways this year, including bringing more holiday magic to Walt Disney World Resort. Disney Channel's first of 3 holiday specials is Disney Holiday Magic Quest, a high-stakes challenge that navigates Magic Kingdom Park. Not to be confused with, like Great Wolf Lodge Magic Quest,
Yeah.
which is what I kind of thought
That
it was.
doesn't exist anymore,
Yeah.
really. So we were watching some live streams and people were wondering like what were these stages that had like a bridge in between them in front of the castle, and now we see in
There
this
it is.
picture that it was for this holiday special.
That's fantastic.
Pretty cool.
Looks like all of these photos were taken at night, so it must have been like after they cleared everybody out.
Yeah.
They ushered people in. What time does Magic Kingdom close?
It depends on the day. They've been extending the hours during the weekends. I think it typically closes anywhere between 7 and 9.
Okay. I'm just wondering how late they had to call these actors back to take these photos or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Raven Simone from That's So Raven and Raven's World virtually hosts the challenge, which features Zombies 2 stars Milo Manheim, Kylie Russell, Ariel Martin, and Pierce Joza, I don't know. Competing in a holiday adventure through Magic Kingdom Park. After iconic Disney villains Maleficent and Evil Queen steal holiday magic, the stars must overcome obstacles and complete challenges to restore the joy of the season. The challenges take place throughout Magic Kingdom Park and include iconic attractions and locations like Haunted Mansion and Cinderella Castle. The 4 stars are also competing for a grand prize that will benefit Toys for Tots, a nonprofit organization that delivers hope and the magic of the holidays to less fortunate children. That is very nice. So you can tune in for the premiere of Disney Holiday Magic Quest on Disney Channel on Friday, December 4th at 8 o'clock p.m. to see if the stars successfully restore the holiday magic throughout their Magic Kingdom Park adventure.
This is something I would want to do.
I know. I'd want to be involved in this.
Yeah, like I want to compete.
Look at them. Hello.
Yeah,
So
so
cute.
I don't know. They're definitely doing something.
They're doing something.
Some tasks, challenges. I see some of them like are on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So I don't know.
Man, this gets my gears going though.
Yeah.
In my head, like I wish they had some sort of like where they filmed it like a choose your own adventure, like in the park after hours. They could have filmed everything where it's like you go on quests and you have to like, okay, well, I got a picture of Main Street here. I've got to check in this building and in this
Well,
building.
that's
and maybe,
exactly what you would want to do.
Yeah.
That's right up your alley.
Oh man, if I
For
could
sure.
Disney, I'll make that for you. Absolutely.
And they said this is just one of 3 holiday specials coming to Disney Channel this year. So
Right.
I'm excited to hear what the other 2 might be.
And maybe they'll continue on through next year. Oh, be very exciting.
All right, so for our discussion this week, we are wrapping up our tour of Magic Kingdom with Tomorrowland, saving the best for last, some might say. And just to preface this, again, we are using the touringplans.com information to help fuel this discussion.
The ratings, the descriptions, everything are from Touring Plans.
Yes. We are not affiliated with Touring Plans, but we highly recommend them. We've used their services for every single trip we've ever taken, and they're amazing. So highly recommend it. You can subscribe to Touring Plans for a full year for $15.95, and that gives you access to their mobile apps and their website and all sorts of things. Their room request service, etc. So I highly recommend it if you're planning a trip to purchase this. And if you have the guidebook at home, you can get a discount on your subscription. So it's great. They also have it for Universal. They have subscriptions for DC. I think they're working on something for Vegas now. So a lot of stuff's coming. Oh, and Disneyland, of course. All right, so I will read their description of Tomorrowland, and then we'll move on to attractions. So it states, at various points in its history, Tomorrowland's attractions presented life's possibilities and adventures ranging from modern day, if you had wings, round the world travel in the 1970s, to the distant future, mission to Mars. The problem that stymied Disney repeatedly was that the future came faster and looked different than what they'd envisioned. Today, Tomorrowland's theme makes the least sense of any area in any Disney park. Its current attractions are based on gas-powered race cars, rocket travel, 2 rides, and a look back at 20th century technology, 2 rides with aliens, and a comedy show with monsters. It's not so much a vision of the future as it is a collection of attractions that don't fit anywhere else in the park.
Oh, that's kind of mean.
Ouch, that is so mean.
Oh, but it's so fun.
Yeah, I know you love
I love
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
It's not that bad.
But it is kind of a hodgepodge
Yeah.
of attractions. So would you like to start us off with Astro Orbiter?
Absolutely, I do.
This is one of the rocket themes.
This is,
Right.
yes. So the description for this one is, though visually appealing, the Astro Orbiter is still a slow-loading carnival ride. The fat little rocket ships simply fly in circles. The best thing about the Astro Orbiter is the nice view when you're aloft. And it says it's expendable on any schedule, and if you ride with preschoolers, you should seat them first, then board. And the Astro Orbiter flies higher and faster than Dumbo and frightens some young children. It also apparently messes with some adults, which that would be me. So a mother from Lev Hashomnon, Israel, attests to this by stating, "It was a nightmare. People should be forewarned. I was able to sit through all the mountains, the tours, and the like. The mountains, the tours, and the like, without my stomach reacting even a little. But after Astro Orbiter, I thought I would be finished for the rest of the day. Very quickly, I realized that my only chance for survival was to pick a point on the toe of my shoe and stare at it, and certainly not lift my eyes out of the jet until the ride was over. My 4-year-old was my co-pilot. She loved it, go figure, and she had us up high the whole time."
Of course.
Yeah. Special comments are that this attraction is not as innocuous as it appears. So operationally, social distancing markers have been installed in the queue. One party at a time is loaded into the elevators that take the riders up to and down from the ride platform, and that's got to cause such a delay.
Yeah,
My goodness, because that thing takes a while to go up and down.
for sure.
Yeah.
So Touring Plans gave it 2 stars. but it is highly rated with preschoolers and grade schoolers with 4 stars each. And then gets lower as you get older, with seniors coming in with 2.5 stars for this attraction. They say to ride either before 11 a.m. or during the last hour before closing.
Has this been on our list ever?
Yeah,
Did I write this?
it has, and then I chickened out like at the last second.
I know I'm like a tall person usually, but I'm not. I know usually that was a weird
Tall
thing to say.
person usually.
No, like right now, like look how I'm like slouching. We look like you're taller than I am, the way I'm sitting. But like, I guess my legs are long, but my hips are not.
Yes.
So, I have a fear of heights that like often I have to get over with stuff like this. So even when we rode like Dumbo or the carpets, that kind of scares me, puts me a little bit on edge.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know how I feel about this one. I'd have to remind myself that it is those, just higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, I don't know. And faster, apparently.
And faster, apparently. Yeah.
I don't know.
I've always wanted to ride it like at night if there were fireworks going off. I heard that's really cool, but still haven't made it up there.
Yeah. Literally.
I think the elevator scares me more than the ride. Like taking that rickety elevator up, which I'm sure is not rickety, but it looks rickety. Taking that elevator to the top, I wouldn't want to do that.
Before we had ridden the People Mover, I always thought the escalator, like years ago, thought the escalator took you up to Astro Orbiter.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
No.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
Yeah, the elevator is the real.
That's the
trap.
real scary part. All right. Now we have our one of 2 alien rides.
Mm-hmm.
Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin.
Ooh.
All right. This attraction is based on the Space Commando character Buzz Lightyear from the Toy Story film series. The marginal storyline has you and Buzz trying to save the universe from the evil Emperor Zurg. The indoor ride is interactive to the extent that you can spin your car and shoot simulated laser cannons at Zurg and his minions. The first room's mechanical claw and red robot contain high-value targets, so aim for these. Each car is equipped with 2 laser cannons and 2 scorekeeping displays, enabling you to compete with your riding partner. A joystick allows you to spin the car to line up the various targets. Each time you pull the trigger, you release a red laser beam, that you can see hitting or missing the target. Most folks spend their first ride learning how to use the equipment. Fire off individual shots as opposed to keeping the trigger depressed, which I didn't know. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I
I am
didn't
so
know that.
sorry. I figured. Well, I didn't know it right away. No, not at all. I thought it
I
was
keep
based on the
pressing the
rate
button
of fire.
over
Well,
and over
that's gonna
again.
hurt your thumb.
It does hurt
Absolutely.
my thumb.
But it also does kind of hurt it to keep it. You know.
Wow, you've been keeping secrets from me.
No, not secrets.
Yeah, because you didn't want me to beat your score. So I've been doing it manually the whole time.
No, I think the real way to keep you from beating my score was me pushing the lever back and forth.
That's true. Stefan likes to control the button.
I don't now, though. We'll talk about that in a bit.
And figuring out how the targets work. On the next ride, you'll be surprised by how much better you do. Many of our readers praise Buzz Lightyear. Some, in fact, spend several hours on it, riding again and again. The following comment from a Snow Hill, Maryland dad is representative. Buzz Lightyear was so much fun, it can't be legal. We hit it first on early entry day and rode it 10 times without stopping. The kids had fun, but it was Dad who spun himself silly trying to shoot the Z's.
Ironic.
They say you should experience Buzz after riding Space Mountain first thing in the morning or use Fast Pass. Special comments, this attraction is climate controlled, so it has air conditioning and heat, which I don't know when you would need that.
In Florida.
Yeah. But every operational notes, every other ride vehicle is left empty to maintain social distancing. Hand sanitizer stations are available outside of the attraction because you're obviously touching the lasers.
I remember when we were talking about this a long time ago, and I was like, do they hand out gloves?
Yeah.
Like for
Well,
every
we
ride?
saw that in Shanghai, that they were using gloves.
Right.
But I guess they stopped doing that.
All right, so they say it's generally a whimsical space travel themed indoor ride, right? And so it appeals to all ages, basically, with 4 stars for most ages, and then preschool and grade school give it 4.5 stars. So everybody loves this ride. And they say the best time to go is the first or the last hour the park is open, or use FastPass Plus, which no longer there.
Right.
So I said earlier that I prefer not doing that now because, first of all, I trying to shoot and do the thing at the same time for me. It doesn't really work out. So I spin too far because I get too excited, I punch it and whatever. Plus also that meant that I was kind of really ruining your chances terribly. When you started doing it, I found I started doing better. Plus now I'm not screwing you up because then you can just aim where you want to go and I'll just follow suit. So I don't know, it's
Sure.
better. And if you find that you're, and you hate this, if you find that you're almost the 999,999 points to be a galactic hero, they will sometimes let you finagle a sticker out of them at the end.
Yeah. So if you are actually a galactic hero, you can go over in the gift shop and they will give you a galactic hero sticker,
Right.
which is very exciting. And Stefan always has to have one, even if he wasn't a galactic hero that time. But it's fine.
What,
Apparently you can lie and say you were and get a sticker anyway.
what you're supposed to say is, you'll always be a galactic hero to me.
You'll always be a galactic hero to me, Stefan.
Thank you. Oh,
You don't need a sticker.
I feel stop getting the sticker. Okay. Okay. So up next we have Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
So this attraction is currently closed
And
because they got rid of all the actors.
yeah,
So we don't know.
if this is even going to be a thing.
They posted on here in the warning label, this attraction is currently closed. It is scheduled to reopen in the future. So maybe they know something we don't know.
Maybe.
But
I don't
that
know,
would
which
be great.
tends to happen with touring plans. They always know the deets, but they won't let you know.
Right. And they're
Right.
not going to tell you how they know, but they know.
Don't want to give up their sources.
Right.
Okay. So we learned in Disney Pixar's Monsters Inc. that children's screams could be converted to electricity, which was used to power a town inhabited by monsters. During the film, the monsters discovered that kids' laughter worked even better as an energy source. So, in this attraction, they've set up a comedy club to capture as many laughs as possible. Mike Wazowski, the one-eyed green monster, sees the club's 3 comedy acts. Each act consists of an animated monster, most who aren't seen in the film, trying out various bad puns and knock-knock jokes. Using technological wizardry, behind-the-scenes Disney employees voice the characters and often interact with audience members during the skits. As with any comedy show, some performers are funny and some are not. But Disney has shown a willingness to experiment with new routines and jokes. A Sioux Falls, South Dakota mom is a big fan. Laugh Floor was great. It's amazing how the characters interact with the audience. I got picked on twice without trying. Plus, kids can text jokes to Roz. Yeah. So the theater holds several hundred people, so there's no need to rush there first thing in the morning. So try to arrive late in the morning after you visited other Tomorrowland attractions or after the afternoon parade, cavalcade, when guests start leaving the park. Laugh Floor is never a good choice for FastPass. Was never a good choice. So the special comment, the attraction is climate controlled, has air conditioning and heat again. And you should note that audience members may be asked to participate in skits. So make sure you come ready to be involved if you want to. And again, like they said, you can text jokes beforehand. There are screens in the queue, and those let you know the number to text to and what to say when you're texting the joke. And I think Jen actually had one of her jokes read one time.
I did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go through the ratings, but Touring Plans rates it 3.5 stars. It's most highly rated with grade school aged people with 4.5 stars, and then rated 4 stars with everybody else. Let's see. No, it doesn't say anything about when to try to get there. But I feel like Laugh Floor gets a bad rep, and we actually didn't try Laugh Floor the first time we went because I'd heard oh, it's not funny, it's like a stupid show, whatever. And then on our second trip, I was like, I want to try it. Like, my friend who had visited was like, no, it's really good. You should go. And we did, and we actually had a really great time. And now, when it is open, we do try to go every time because the show is different. It has great repeatability because you never know who they're gonna pick to like play around with and what jokes are gonna be said and which actors are participating that day. And it's really, really funny. And even if you've heard the jokes before, it's still funny.
Right. They have their jokes that are like their staple jokes, you know. But then it's kind of like the Frozen show where like sometimes they'll say something that is like current or like off the cuff and you just like totally don't expect it. And then the other half of the show is like kids say the darndest things sometimes, and like there's just a whole riot going on with that.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we enjoy it.
Yeah.
If it ever comes back, we recommend seeing it. All right, I got the heavy hitter here, and that is Space Mountain.
Ooh.
Space Mountain, as Mickey Mouse says. Sorry.
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain.
Ha.
Okay, so totally enclosed in a mammoth, futuristic structure, Space Mountain has always been the Magic Kingdom's most popular attraction. The theme is a space flight through dark recesses of the galaxy. Effects are superb, and the ride is the fastest and wildest in the Magic Kingdom. Well, Big Thunder Mountain would have something to say about that.
They're using words that you'd use for Big Thunder Mountain for some reason.
As a roller coaster, Space Mountain is much zippier than Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, but much tamer than Rock and Roller Coaster at Hollywood Studios or Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom. As a headliner, Space Mountain gets periodic refurbishments to add effects and maintain ride quality. Look for special effects during Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah.
Roller coaster aficionados will tell you correctly that Space Mountain is a designer version of the Wild Mouse, a midway ride that's been around for almost 60 years. There are no long drops or swooping hills as there are in traditional coaster, only quick, unexpected turns and small drops. Disney's contribution essentially was to add a space theme to the Wild Mouse and put it in the dark. An Elburn, Illinois reader recommends bracing yourself, literally. They should require you to wear a neck brace on Space Mountain. That ride is painful. Can't argue with that, really.
Yeah.
People who can handle a fairly wild roller coaster ride will take Space Mountain in stride. What sets Space Mountain apart is that the cars plummet through the darkness, with only occasional lighting. Half the fun of Space Mountain is not knowing where the car will go next, which is true.
Very true.
Space Mountain is a favorite of many Magic Kingdom visitors from ages 7 to 60. Each morning before opening, particularly during summer and holiday periods, several hundred Space Mountain junkies await the signal to head to the ride's entrance. To get ahead of the competition, be one of the first in the park. Proceed to the end of Main Street and wait at the entrance to Tomorrowland. Parents touring with children too small to ride can take advantage of Rider Switch. Seats are one behind another as opposed to side by side, meaning that parents can't sit next to their kids who meet the height requirement, but who might still get scared. If you don't catch Space Mountain first thing in the morning, use FastPass Plus, if it's available, or try again during the 30 minutes before closing. To avoid overwhelming Space Mountain's air conditioning system on hot days, Disney sometimes makes would-be riders wait in line outside the entrance. This makes the line seem unbearably long, which it actually isn't. This crowd control trick, known as stacking, is designed to discourage additional visitors from getting in line.
Huh.
Which I didn't even know about.
Didn't even know that was a term.
So special comments. They rate this attraction as a not to be missed attraction. It has a minimum height requirement of 44 inches. It offers rider swap, and it is climate controlled. They say it's great fun and action, much wilder than Big Thunder Mountain. I wish they'd stop saying wilder, because I feel like that's
the key
just
word.
Mean.
Wildest ride in the wilderness.
Right. It's much wilder than Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. 44-inch minimum height requirement. Children younger than age 7 must be accompanied by an adult, and switch-off option is provided. And then some new operational notes. When riding, each group is assigned its own 3-seat car. Your family won't be asked to share a car with strangers. At least one empty seat will be left between the group in the front car and a separate group in the back car. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think we mentioned in a Halloween episode about the overlay during Halloween.
It's scary.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
I
terrifying.
mean, Space Mountain is kind of scary to begin with, but when they add in the screaming and the pitch blackness, it's really scary.
Yeah.
But I've heard the Christmas overlay is a lot of fun. They have like red and green and blue lights flashing, and they play like rock and roll holiday music. So I can assume that's a lot of fun.
Did I mention their rating for Buzz Lightyear? I don't think I did. If I didn't, it's 4 stars.
I was Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
So I did it.
Okay.
Did I?
No.
Was I? You were?
You read Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. So it was 4 stars from Touring Plans. This one is also 4 stars. Rated highest by teens, which give it a full 5 stars.
Wow.
Then it's grade school young adults and over 30 give 4.5, seniors with 4 stars, and preschoolers with 2.5. They do not like this.
I'm sure
they
that,
barely meet the hype.
Yeah, I was gonna
minimum.
say it's probably very few among them that actually get to ride the ride.
Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily agree that there are no long drops. I feel like there are a couple in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than you
A
expect.
couple, like there's some that I would equate with like some of the Big Thunder Mountain drops that like kind of pull you up against the bar as you go down.
Yeah.
They also say it is it's a 2-track ride, one dedicated to Fast Pass Plus riders, dispatching at 21-second intervals. I didn't quite realize that.
Oh yeah. There's the Omega and the Alpha. Was that right? Alpha and
Probably.
Omega sides.
Yeah.
And I feel like one is rougher than the other, but I can't remember which one.
Yeah, we can never remember which. And they say to go when the park opens or use your Fast Pass, if that exists.
Great.
Great. Okay, moving on. We have Tomorrowland Speedway, which is still on our list to ride.
Yeah. One day.
We smell it, from
Yeah.
the, well, we'll talk about that next. So the description for Speedway is an elaborate miniature raceway with gasoline-powered cars that travel up to 7 miles per hour. The raceway, with its sleek cars and racing noises, is quite alluring. The cars poke along on a guide rail, leaving the driver little to do, but teens and many adults still enjoy it. Touring tips, the ride is visually appealing, and the 9 and under crowd loves it. Adults, not so much. I feel like that's probably because I've seen, it's hard to fit an adult in that car. If your child is too short to drive, ride along and allow him or her to steer the car while you work the foot pedal.
That's funny.
Yeah. A mom from North Billerica, Massachusetts writes, I was truly amazed by the number of adults in line. The only reason I could think of for that would be an insane desire to go on absolutely every ride at Disney World.
That's not insane. That is absolutely...
That's the goal.
Yeah,
Why else
exactly.
would you
Why
be there?
not?
I mean, unless you live in Florida, then, The cars aren't a whole lot of fun, and they tend to pile up at the end, so it takes almost as long to get off as it did to get on. A dad from Pleasantville, New York, had this to say. This is one attraction I wish they would replace with something better. It's boring and it smells bad.
Huh.
Except for me, who, for whatever reason, the smell of gasoline doesn't smell bad. I don't know why. The line for the Speedway snakes across a pedestrian bridge to the ride's loading areas. So a tip for a shorter wait, turn right off the bridge and then head to the first loading area rather than continuing all the way across to that second side loading area. Makes sense.
I wonder if you have a choice.
Yeah, I don't know if you do. But if you do, go to the first one.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Special comments, the attraction has a minimum height requirement of 32 inches.
There's a height requirement on this?
Well, if you want to reach the pedals, I'm sure that's probably part of it. And the attraction does offer rider swap. Kids must be 54 inches tall to drive unassisted.
Makes sense.
Just imagine being there with your 32-inch tall child underneath trying to push the pedals like with their hands because they can't reach it.
Yes.
Let's see. Anything else?
Operational notes.
So operational notes, social distancing markers have been placed inside the queue. Loading takes a bit longer thanks to new safety measures. Guests exiting the ride must now be completely out of the vehicles and at the exit before the next group of riders approach the cars. This is another one where I think we've seen in the queue, they have like a couple umbrellas dotted here and there. So it's one of those things I think we saw for the, Mickey's Runaway Railway, like the space markings aren't necessarily underneath umbrellas. So like I think we've seen in videos and stuff people fighting to get under those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touring Plans rates this at 3.5.
Ooh.
Highest rated with preschoolers and grade schoolers with 4 stars. Teens were at 3.5, and then everyone else was at 3.
Oof.
They say before ride it before 10 a.m. or during the last 2 hours before closing. They also did a Christmas overlay of this last year, which people really, really loved. They said it added like a whole new experience. I know if you ride it now, you see the Tron construction, so you get a unique view of what's going on over there if you decide to ride it. So there are a couple incentives to actually give this a try, even if you are an adult.
Yeah. I always thought, when they first announced Tron being built, I thought that they were replacing the Speedway with Tron.
Yeah, me too.
But
or something.
Not.
All right, next up is a fan favorite, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover.
Yes.
So People Mover hasn't been running recently because it's been under refurbishment. I thought they said it might come back in November, but it's saying here it is scheduled to reopen in unknown.
Oh.
So that's scary.
It's a bit ominous.
Yeah. But anyway. A once unique prototype of a linear induction-powered mass transit system, the People Mover's tram-like cars carry riders on a leisurely tour of Tomorrowland, including a peek inside Space Mountain. In ancient times, the attraction was called the Wedway People Mover, Wed being the initials of one Walter Elias Disney. A Delafield, Wisconsin family offers only the faintest of praise. Tomorrowland is best at night. With the lights, it turns boring rides like the People Mover into something less boring. How rude.
Huh.
People Mover is not boring. It's actually one of the best rides.
I love that ride.
That's very mean. Touring tips, it's a relaxing ride where lines move quickly, and it's a good choice during busier times of the day, which I agree, especially when it gets warm.
Right. Especially when you're tired.
Special comments, a good way to check out the line at Space Mountain and the Speedway from here. So that's a good idea.
Very true.
We've ridden this in the rain too, and it kind of keeps you dry for a little while. So that's fun.
It's nice. They give it, Touring Plans gives it a rating of 3.5 stars. And it is highest rated with over 30s and seniors at 4.5 stars, and everybody else gives it 4 stars.
Okay.
Which is higher than Touring Plans, so I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about either. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. They say to go anytime, but especially during hot, crowded times of the day, 11:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Yeah. When you hit that Space Mountain part of the ride, it's like so cool and dark in there. It's just like
awesome.
Amazing. We've also brought popcorn on here. I don't know if we should advertise that because I don't know if you're really allowed to, but we've brought it and we snack on it during the ride, which is fun.
We just kind of
we hide it in our bag, before we get there.
It's great fun. I think one time we rode People Mover. Actually, it was really cool. The Space Mountain was lit up.
Yeah. So we got to see it. Yeah, it was
from the
cool.
side. Haven't gotten to ride it lit up though. That's like a real bucket list item.
Well, I think when it's lit up, there's a problem. I don't know how many people are riding it.
They've held some sort of events where it's like lit up and you ride it. That and what's the other one? Oh, Spaceship Earth.
Only put the lights on Spaceship Earth though if something's wrong.
I know. I'm just saying. I feel like I've seen video recordings of people just riding those rides. Maybe. Who knows?
All right, last one.
Last ride.
Last ride.
So it is another one of our favorite rides. It is Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress.
Hey.
Another classic, just like Enchanted Tiki Room.
Yes.
The description of this one is Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress is a 4-act play. I didn't know 4-act was a word. That's new to me. Offering a nostalgic look at how electricity and technology changed the lives of an animatronic family during the 20th century. General Electric sponsored the first version of the show for the 1964 World's Fair in New York City, in keeping with the fair's theme of progress. Progress? The first scene is set around 1900, the second around 1927, and the third in the late 1940s. The fourth scene is allegedly contemporary, but references to laser discs and car phones are not so subtle clues that the script hasn't been updated in over 25 years. Although the last scene needs updating, Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress is the only attraction in the park that display Walt's optimistic vision of a better future through technology and industry. If you're interested in the man behind the mouse, this show is a must-see.
Agreed.
Yeah, always a must-see. Some touring tips. Carousel of Progress handles big crowds effectively and is a good choice during busier times of day. Because of its age, it seems to have more minor operational glitches than most attractions, so you may be subjected to the same dialogue and songs several times. Think of it as extra time in the air conditioning.
I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't heard repeated songs.
No.
We have seen our share of things.
Yes, but yeah, it hasn't repeated itself.
Yeah. The special comment is the attraction is climate controlled. Okay. And operational notes: inside the theater, every other row is closed, and 3 empty seats separate each group of 4.
Touring Plans rates this with 3 stars. It's rated lowest with preschoolers with 3 stars as well. Grade school and teen-aged people give it 3.5. Young adults and over 30, 4 stars, and seniors give it 4.5 stars.
Take some back.
I guess so. And that's
the 1900s.
it. But yeah, I agree. I mean, if you really want to know what Walt was about, this will definitely give you a good idea.
Yeah, I just think it's a lot of fun innovation and
Yeah.
different. Like you do see different things every time as you go through. Not to mention, and they didn't mention this at all, but like Tiki Room, like the song, you sing along with the song.
Yeah.
You can sing along, and it's a very catchy tune. So.
Yeah, and they invite you to sing along with the one in Carousel of Progress. So,
right.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to end with attractions and move on to food. There are several food carts around Tomorrowland, but I only picked one in particular that we talk a lot about, and then 3 of the quick service restaurants. And the food cart that I'm referring to is Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies. And I bring this up because every time there's like a special smoothie or drink or whatever for the holidays or whatever, anytime, you find it at Anti-Gravity's. It offers soft serve, float, smoothies, and beverages. You can even use your snack credits here when there is dining plans available.
Yeah.
It is considered by readers an 87% thumbs up rate. Again, it offers ice cream, and they categorize it as inexpensive. So if you're looking for one of those crazy shakes, this is the place to go when you're in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Always good stuff to find there. Okay, so moving on from there, we have our first quick service restaurant, which is Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe.
Yep.
It's a classic.
Yep.
It's a classic place to go to. This has selections of rotisserie chicken and ribs, burgers, hot dogs, Greek salad, chicken, turkey sandwiches, and chocolate or carrot cake. So it's like a nice wide range of like your kind of generic like theme park food. It has lunch and dinner for adults at $10 to $14 and children $6 to $7. Each of the 3 bays has different offerings, so make sure you look at each menu before deciding, and note that some items show up on more than one menu, and it has a generous toppings bar.
Or it used to.
So the setting in the atmosphere, it's busy fast food eatery in Tomorrowland, which features the audio animatronic Sunny Eclipse, entertaining diners and a side room. If it's busy, seating can be tough to find, but there are a lot of tables, so keep checking different rooms. And there are some outdoor tables as well if you need to go there. The house specialties are rotisserie chicken and ribs, burgers, hot dogs, Greek salad, chicken, turkey, and vegetable sandwiches, chicken nuggets, chili cheese dogs, barbecue pork sandwich, chicken noodle soup, chili cheese fries, gelato, and cake for dessert. Kosher choices are available by request, and they have vegetarian burgers as well. And also, I don't know if they mention here. I don't think they do. Sometimes they do like special burgers. I think when there was the whole Incredibles event, they did like the Incredible Burger, the Elastigirl.
They did one
thing.
for Halloween.
Halloween as well.
Yeah.
Very fun. The ratings from readers, they give it a 78% thumbs up. Good quality, large portions. It's American food. It's inexpensive. But always a good place to go. I think we usually end up, if we just like need to stop somewhere fast, we always go there.
Yeah. We're looking for chicken fingers.
Yeah.
This is the place.
Chicken fingers a burger. That's it.
Oh yeah, and it also offers mobile ordering right now, which is important. What we've noticed for mobile ordering is that you have to have your mobile order being ready to be picked up. So like you can mobile order early, you say I'm here to pick up my food, and then you have to wait, and then once your food is available, then they let you into the restaurant to actually pick it up. And I agree, like back in the day, it was really busy. And it'd be hard to find a table, but eventually there's so many people in there that someone would get up.
Yeah.
And they would get a table. So don't give up if you can't find a table right away.
Yeah, and also, it might not look like it, especially if you haven't really gone there before and you don't know where the bathrooms are there. But when you're at the bay window to see what the options are on the menu, and you go all the way around, if you're looking for a seat and you're on the one side and you feel like you've checked where Sunny Eclipse is and there's no seats there, and you've just checked here and there's no seats, you can cross through the hallway where the bathrooms are. That's a lot easier than trying to make your way all the way back around.
True.
That's go to the other side.
All right, next we have the lunching pad. Another one that's considered quick service. There is no indoor seating here. It's just like smack dab in the middle of Tomorrowland. It's a window, but they offer stuffed pretzels, frozen sodas, and hot dogs. They're open for lunch and dinner. The summary says that the frozen carbonated drinks, cola or blue raspberry, are a treat in the summer heat. So like an icy, I guess.
Yeah.
And this also offers mobile ordering as well. Readers give it an 80% thumbs up rate. Good quality, B- value. And they say medium portions. But Touring Plans still considers this to be inexpensive.
Yeah.
An inexpensive option.
I thought they offered turkey legs for some reason, but maybe that's not.
Well, apparently there's a Tomorrowland turkey leg cart.
Oh, that's what
It's
it
a
is.
separate area.
Okay. All right, and last but not least, we have the Tomorrowland Terrace Restaurant. This offers selections of Angus bacon cheeseburgers, chicken nuggets, Caesar salads, lobster roll, chicken sandwich, chocolate cake, and carrot cake. And for lunch and dinner, the pricing is about the same, 10 to 13 for adults and 6 to 7 for children. Summary is that it's open seasonally. The lobster roll served with homemade potato chips is our favorite item on the menu. Probably be mine as well. The place to grab an outdoor table and watch the castle lit by fireworks when they're available.
Yes.
And it also offers mobile ordering as well. The readers give it a 78% thumbs up. It's fair quality. It's a value of a C. Not too good, not too bad. Medium, large portions, and also inexpensive according to Touring Plans.
So, Tomorrowland Terrace is, like they say, is only open seasonally when it's extremely busy. They'll open this area up. But this is also the place where you will go for dessert parties when dessert parties are available. You will also eat here if you're on a tour, like the Keys to the Kingdom tour. They'll bring you here. You'll order your food ahead of time, and then they'll bring it to you while you eat here. And we ate here during our Keys to the Kingdom tour, and I didn't think it was too bad.
I didn't think so
It was
either.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it was a fun little atmosphere with the group that we were with at the time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
So that, I think, wraps up Tomorrowland.
That wraps up Tomorrowland, and that wraps up Magic Kingdom.
Right. Yeah. I know you guys have been waiting to hear this one, so yeah, here you go.
I guess our next stop would be Epcot.
I think so.
That's going to be tricky to do, though, because things are so different there now, so I don't know. But we'll think about it.
We'll think about it, yeah. It might not be the next episode, but
yeah,
we'll definitely think about it. Okay, so that is our show. Thank you so much for joining us today. You can find us on our website at www.mouseearsandwishes.com, or we're on Instagram at @mouseearsandwishes. We hope you enjoyed our show today, and if you're listening via Apple Podcasts, please rate and review us on iTunes. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please like our video and subscribe if you haven't already. This just helps us get noticed by other Disney lovers like you.
And if you're looking for someone to help you plan your next Disney, Universal, or cruise line vacation, I am a travel expert with Magical Vacation Planner. So please feel free to reach out to me at j.darmiento@magicalvacationplanner.com, or visit me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/JenniferMVP. All of this information will be linked in our show notes and our description down below. So, until next time, have a great week, everybody. Remember to still wear your masks and keep on wishing.